drug habit. But thanks to a top notch rehabilitation program and the love of family and friends, Howard, now 55 years old, is preserved. She's looking phenomenal and amazing. And, her new single, Fed Up, is something that is just taking the world by storm. She's going back to her roots with her soulful sound. And you definitely need to check her out. She is a woman that is a powerhouse and someone that you should definitely listen up to. So I also want to talk about this situation that's going on with Jay-Z, okay? So why does Jay-Z have to ask Colin Kaepernick for permission for anything? That's what some of the world is asking. So when Jay-Z, who we all know is Sean Carter, entered a partnership with the NFL, okay? And this is to enhance the NFL's live game experiences and to amplify the league's social justice efforts. He became a target of some harsh and hypocritical attacks from allies of former NFL quarterbacks and current activist Colin Kaepernick, who were upset that the rapper and businessman did not consult with them on the deal. There was Eric Reid, the Carolina Panther defensive back, who began talking or taking a knee during the national anthem when Colin Kaepernick did, and he has continued the protest ever since. Reid calls this display that Jay-Z is doing despicable, okay? That Jay-Z would partner with the league after claiming to support Kaepernick. This is the same Eric Reid who has continued taking multi-million-dollar paychecks from the NFL teams, though. In the years since Kaepernick was allegedly blackballed for the same protest that Reid and other active players continued today with no consequences. So the same Eric Reid, along with Kaepernick, accepted a $10 million settlement deal from the NFL with an agreement to drop the grievances, claiming that NFL owners colluded to ban Kaepernick for kneeling. So as for Kaepernick, he hasn't spoken publicly. I haven't heard anything from him. I haven't heard anything. He hasn't spoken publicly about any of this for himself, and he has rarely been saying anything publicly. But his girlfriend and his lawyer have served as his surrogates, relaying his displeasures with Jay-Z to the media. His girlfriend, Nessa Diab, said it was disgusting and disappointing that Jay-Z would allow the NFL to use him to help bury Kaepernick. Okay, his lawyer Mark Giragos called the deal cold-blooded and said it crossed the intellectual picket line. Okay, Reid accused Jay-Z of making a money move to bury Kaepernick. So what did he call it when he and Kaepernick accepted millions to stop fighting the NFL and its team owners in the attempt to get him back in the league? Isn't that a money move? I don't know. What would you say about that? Speaking of money moves, Kaepernick has made a few himself since he allegedly undesired retirement began. Let's back this up. So when his undesired retirement began, he signed a $1 million book deal, okay, and signed an endorsement deal with Nike on par with what a star NFL player would get, a deal more lucrative than anything he earned from Nike while playing football. Not to mention, there are reports and rumors that Kaepernick had opportunities to sign with the NFL teams over the last few years, but either he wanted more money than he was being offered, or he wanted to start but was being offered only backup roles. So we don't know that when the XFL and the Alliance of American Football inquired about Kaepernick's interest in the minor pro leagues, he asked for $20 million. Those leagues pay six-figure salaries max, okay? All of the Kaepernick allies described the fact that Kaepernick wasn't consulting before the Jay-Z NFL deal was done, but what exactly puts Kaepernick in such a lofty position as to be the gatekeeper of who can participate in social justice? Why would someone like Jay-Z need permission from Kaepernick to work with the NFL? This is not new for Kaepernick's crew, okay? Reid was part of the Players Coalition, a group founded in 2017 to advocate for social justice and racial equality. The coalition was negotiating with the league over how to move past national anthem protests and towards agreeable and meaningful community impact. As the coalition neared a deal to dedicate $90 million to combat social inequality, Reed split from the group over the fact that Kaepernick's employment status was not given top priority. In the negotiations, Josh Norman, one of the players in the coalition, said Reed's presence in the coalition was toxic and creating so much chaos. In fact, Reed's actions at one point threatened the deal with the NFL. What's more important to Kaepernick and his supporters? His personal feud with the NFL, which again he agreed to drop in exchange for millions of dollars, okay? Or tangible investment in social justice causes. How many millions of dollars that could be used to change lives is worth for them to hold out for Kaepernick to play football again? And as Jay-Z himself asked in defending the deal, we will get stuck on Colin not having a job. Why are people getting stuck on that part? It's important to remember that celebrity social injustice warriors are not just benevolent givers who have no self-interest or ulterior motives. Kaepernick and Jay-Z have done a lot of good for the communities. Indeed, they have, and will likely continue to do so. I believe that. But they also won't hesitate to cash a check when the opportunity arises. Keep that in mind. There's no doubt that Jay-Z and his company, Roc Nation, stand to profit from this deal. And while Kaepernick isn't earning an NFL paycheck anymore, there's no doubt that he's found ways to profit from his own social justice endeavors. And that's okay. Profit is not evil. I don't think so. We all need to pay our bills. We all have to take care of ourselves. That's a part of the American way. That's what makes the virtual signaling from Kaepernick's people so bizarre. Everyone involved in this has NFL money in their bank accounts. How can it be right to play for the NFL and the right to accept a hush money settlement over the alleged blackballing of Kaepernick, but wrong to do business with the league? Business that could also benefit others. Keep that in mind, okay? Kaepernick doesn't have to come to anyone for how he does his business and how he advances social justice causes or how he protests, nor does Reed. And Kaepernick made it clear that he will do no such thing. So the last thing Jay-Z or the player coalition or any else that's obligated to do is to call Kaepernick for permission to do some good of their own. I wonder about that. You know, those are things that are crossing my mind. And I'm pretty sure currently those are things that are going on in America today. And we're thinking about those things. And we need to continue to think about things such as that because obviously those at hand were also receiving their compensation for what they're gaining. Everyone was getting a check, it seems, from the NFL. So I'm still going to allow this story to unfold and see what goes on. I'm not going to give any type of biased opinions in regards to Kaepernick or in regards to Jay-Z. I want to see where it's going to go. I want to see how far this is going to continue. And let's see if room for progress is going to occur. Okay? Let's see where we go with this type of progression. Is it progression or is it taking us backwards? I think it's progress. I really do. You know, we're living in an administration currently where everything under the sun is going on in this world, and you need to continuously hold on to what's near and dear to you in your home currently. Now, I was looking at something on social media yesterday, and I'm highly disappointed in NYPD. Big up to Cardi B, okay? Cardi B blasts the NYPD. She told them, suck a fart and suffocate because of another back-to-school event that got canceled. So more bad news for Cardi. Another back-to-school giveaway planned for that happened. That was actually yesterday, I believe, okay? This was yesterday. So Cardi, She actually went on live to talk about it. The Bronx has been canceled, she says to the NYPD. Call it off due to the safety concerns, but she started claiming that they hadn't been any issues. There wasn't any issues about the event, okay? Cardi chose her words about this cancellation a bit more carefully than she did this morning. But it's clear to say she's agitated and disappointed and offers an apology to the hybrid school missing out on the free school supplies. She announced the giveaway a few days ago with a new postponed Brooklyn school event. So the NYPD, okay, the New York City Department of Education, they were weighing on the controversy and clarified what actually happened and why. A rep from the NYCDOE, Miranda Barbat, told TMZ that even Cardi was ranting about what she was ranting about, that it wasn't canceled, but merely postponed for security reasons. So I think Cardi may have jumped the gun because from what it sounds like, they more so just postponed it for security reasons. So she tells us this is a misunderstanding and the event will not be canceled. The principal of the Brooklyn Documentary Academy was not previously aware Cardi B was planning to attend her back-to-school event, and she was concerned that there wouldn't be enough security in place, and they were working with NYPD to make sure that the event was a success, and they were not involved in canceling this event. That backs the NYPD's understanding of the stitch. So the good news is these kids are going to get their school supplies. So thank God for the kiddies. They are still going to get their school supplies, and there's no harm and there's no foul. NYPD had nothing to do with the shutting down of the back-to-school event, okay? This event is happening on in Brooklyn. And according to law enforcement sources, we were told that the school shut it down and that the cops were never involved. They didn't know about the event until Cardi posted her rant. So we don't know if Cardi's gotten word about that, but I'm pretty sure by now, of course, this is no old news to you guys. She has deleted the IG post about the rant. She has. And Cardi is fuming over the NYPD allegedly shutting down her pal's back-to-school event. And speaking of fumes, she wants New York's finest to choke on hers. The Bronx-born rapper went on a tear Tuesday night, calling out NYPD for what she says was bullying tactics and that effectively torpedoing of the Stars Schools giveaway for schools for kids come back to school event, okay? So she claimed that the NYPD got ahead of this charitable event that was scheduled, and then they were just coming in to, as Cardi would say, fuck it up, and the girl came out of pocket, not to mention the fact that she was genuinely out to help the kids in the neighborhood. So thankfully, now that we know, if there's one thing we know about Cardi, that she loves the kids. You know, look at her daughter Culture, such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful baby. So she went out and surprised some of her old neighborhood friends last year, and doesn't stop doing that. You know, she currently is in the middle of fighting charges in her strip club beatdown case. And so we're going to wish Cardi a success on that. Our law enforcement sources tell us that they told TMZ that the department was aware of Cardi's gripes and that they were trying to clear up what's been dubbed as a form of miscommunication. So that is my current tidbit for today. I want to thank my guest, Miki Howard, for stepping into the studio. Don't miss out tonight. Gat Murder will be in the studio, the Brooklyn Way, okay? My boy Gat Murder from the Brooklyn Way web series. He will be in the studio tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't want to miss it. This is your girl, Ty Jones, and I am out. Taking us out of here, Eve, the R&B rock star.
Thought you was hot, right? Yeah.